Revelation, last book in the Bible. Chapter 3. Everyone have it, say amen. Amen. If you don't have it, say wait. Revelation chapter 3, verse 20. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come in to him and will sup with him and he with me. That's the only verse we're going to deal with. Amen. Amen. Look at your neighbor and say, who is knocking at your door? Who is knocking at your door? Amen. That's what we're going to talk about. Amen. At your door. Yes, sir. Amen. Yes, sir. Amen. God is good now. Amen. He's good all the time. Amen. You know, have you ever been to somebody's house? You know, when you see the cars in the driveway, children's bikes sitting in the yard, and you hear the TV playing, you even hear a radio on in the house, and you start knocking. Nobody show up at the door. You know somebody home because you recognize the car in the driveway. Maybe they sleep or something. You know. And you keep knocking, you knock a little bit harder. And nobody show up at the door. You know, and you start wondering, you say, I wonder if somebody picked them up and took them somewhere else, and maybe I need to knock a little bit harder. You knock a little bit harder, and they still don't show up at the door. You know, and you say, now, wait a minute. I wonder if they even have sick. I wonder if they've been passed out. I wonder if something done happened. I wonder if somebody done broke in and did them in or something. And you knock a little bit harder. Have you ever been like that? Now, I know they're home. When they still don't open the door. Amen. And you wonder, you know, I'm standing here knocking, and I know they know it's me. Yes, sir. And they still don't open the door. Amen. You wonder, now, if they just standing inside, peeping out the curtain and wondering who in the world is that knocking at my door. Amen. Sometimes that's the way the Lord do. Sometimes the Lord will tap on your door. Yes, sir. All right. And you will get too busy. Or you will just sit around and look out the curtain and say, well, you know, I don't feel like opening the door. You know, that's what some people do. They don't feel like having company. So they don't feel like opening the door. Amen. And you standing there just knocking, you get the feeling kind of funny after you knock so long. Come on, so you say, well, I need to leave. Come on. Yeah, you understand? Sometimes you say, I need to leave. Because it seems like either somebody's not home, or somebody don't want no company, amen, or somebody don't recognize that it's me. Then you get on your cell phone. Y'all know how we do that thing. We call every number that they have. Yes, sir. And they still don't answer the number. Amen. Amen. And say, amen. What's wrong? I can't get no connection. Yeah. Amen. They keep calling, and they say, well, now something got to be wrong, because I know their cell phone working, because they got a job, and if they don't answer their cell phone, and don't answer their house phone, then something must be wrong.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to get a point over. A lot of times God calls all our numbers, even knocks on our door, and we still don't answer. Because sometimes we just too busy with the cares of the world to answer when God knocks. Let me tell you something. Sometimes God wants us to work for him, but we just got too tangled up in our jobs and too tangled up with our folks in the world and too tangled up, amen, with all the things of this world, all the things that we're doing in our house to answer the call when God knocks. Amen. So that's what's happening here. Jesus is saying, behold, I stand at the door and I knock. He's saying I'm not going to bust in. Amen. The Lord not going to bust in. The Lord not going to knock our door down. He's just going to stand there and knock. Amen. Sometimes you'll say maybe they didn't hear me. But I'm going to tell you something. Sometimes folks are a little too weak to answer the call from the Lord. I don't want to mix nobody up, but I'm trying to show you something. Amen. Sometimes people have got a little too weak with the cares of the world that when God knocks, they're afraid to answer. Or they got a little too weak to get to the door to answer the call from God. So they just lay there in their weak state and say, well, maybe God will go away. Maybe he'll leave me alone. Maybe he'll go call somebody else for this missionary journey. Maybe he'll call somebody else to preach. Maybe he'll call somebody else to sing. Maybe. Come on. He'll go down the street and get somebody else for that job. Amen. Just maybe God will just leave me alone so I won't have to answer this call. Just maybe I'm just a little too weak. How many of y'all ever felt like that? I'm a little too weak for that job. I'm a little too weak for that journey. I'm a little too weak to go preach. I'm a little too weak to go sing. I'm a little too weak to go on that missionary journey. I'm a little too weak to tell folks about their wrongdoing. I'm a little too weak. Go get somebody else. How many of y'all have told the Lord that? When the Lord has knocked on your door and been knocking on your door for a long time and you're afraid because you're too weak to go and tell somebody about the goodness of God. You done got a little too weak. You done got too occupied with your life. You done got too occupied. When God knocks and you're afraid, you say, I would go. I would go, but I'm afraid to go. I'm a little too weak to tell folks about what's wrong with this world. I'm a little too weak